Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hope everyone is having a marvelous day. Because I know I am. I'm having a really good day. I'm having a really good day, and I hope you guys are as well. Because you all deserve a wonderful day, just like I deserve a wonderful day. Because we deserve a wonderful day. Because we are wonderful people. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? Guys, as we get in, tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things if you don't mind. If you don't mind, send your daily heart. That's right, Kay. Send your daily heart me if you have not. It's only one coin. It'll help boost the live, push us out to the FYP. Also, we have the little pink heart puffs as the gift goal. If we can knock that out a couple of times, again, that'll help push us out to the FYP as well. And if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Get in the box. I am looking for Trump supporters because I am actually looking for Trump supporters. I'm looking for you guys to prove me wrong. And fun fact, I'm rooting for you as well. So there's that. Anywho, let's go ahead and crank it up.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in shame. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't Pt.3, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey.
Step in if you dare.
What?
Truth hit hard like a punch in the air.
What? Ain't no
rules, no plan, no script.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff or you get
revealed. Stepping.
Don't you wanna?
Hey.
Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat.
Yep.
You talk slick, but you ain't got source.
Nope.
Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force.
I'm
the test, the trap, the trip, the call.
Hey.
You slip once, I'm snatching it all.
Yep.
Yeah. Step in if you dare.
What?
Yeah. Hit hard like a punch in the air.
Punch in the air.
Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
No. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Let's go.
Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move,
get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff or you get
revealed. Step in,
don't you wanna?
What? Sparring with Santana.
Yeah. This ain't a safe place.
No, it's not.
This a flame space.
It absolutely is.
You wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Yeah. Hey. Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates, guys. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not looking to talk to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates. If you are friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and knock this daily gift goal out a couple of times. It'll help push us out to the FYP. And last but not least, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It's only one coin, and it will help boost the live. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. With that being said, Born MAGA, are you a Trump supporter? Born MAGA, are you a Trump supporter? Okay, I'm gonna drop you. You're not here. And I also felt like you were gonna do something weird. So there's that. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Judge, are you a Trump supporter?
I only am.
Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you so much. Judge, hey, I just want to let you know before we get into this, I'm rooting for you. I believe in you.
Well,
okay.
I'm rooting that you don't concede by muting and kicking me.
Okay. Well, Don't be insufferable. But with that being said, quick question. Do you know who I am?
Yeah, you're Santana. That's what your name says in the background.
That, you know what? That's fair. That's a fair statement. That's absolutely a fair statement.
Is that like a trick question or something?
No. Would you mind if I give you a proper introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
I don't need the introduction. I just want to debate you on the border. It's really easy.
Yeah, that's fine, but we still have to do the introduction. It's standard. Give it a second.
Well, if you need to,
Ladies
I
and
mean, go
gentlemen,
ahead.
welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
When's this self-aggrandizing bullshit gonna end? Oh, we definitely.
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Pt. Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, share the live out. Right, I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal into these little 1-cent gift goals. It'll help push us out to the FYP. With that being said, Judge, thank you for being very impatient, but we're here now. Judge, prove me wrong. Prove to me that you actually care, because I don't believe you care. You said you want to talk about the border. I would like to know why you actually care about the border. And I want you to make it realistic.
Yeah, sure. Well, I work with Border Patrol. I am a video forensics analysis expert, and we know from cpv.gov that under the administration of Joe Biden, that in 2023, I believe it was, in September alone, we had 239,000 people crossing into the interior, not through ports of entry. And we know during Obama's administration in 2014, a Fusion report that was put on Huffington Post, that 80% of the females being smuggled here illegally are graped as payment. So we know now from CPV in the same month that we only have about 5,000 encounters. So I'd say going from 239,000 encounters to 5 dramatically reduced the human trafficking that you seem to be oblivious to.
Okay, cool story, bro. All right, so
it's not a story,
your premise is that you actually care because, one, you work with the Border Patrol, and two, you care because you actually saw the amount of human trafficking go down under the
Trump that's from cpv.gov. Okay. I can put it on my background if you need it. Yeah.
No, I was still finishing my sentence. I didn't interrupt you. You see how I sat here quietly while you went on your monologue?
Did I hurt your fifis?
No, don't steal my word. Listen, I want to go back and forth and actually have a conversation. I don't want to talk over each other. So with that being said, can we, agree not to actually talk over each other?
Well, are you going to pretend like there wasn't 239?
Yes or no? Can we just agree not to talk over each other?
Go ahead.
All right, perfect. Now, you actually brought up a great point. And now I do think that there is a massive issue when it comes to trafficking, right? And which I think that's a great cause. Now, I guess the question I have for you, because you said that you care, right? You actually care. And you care because, and just to clarify, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. Do you care because you actually care about the people that are being smuggled across the border, or do you care because it's your job?
I care because my children are half Mexican and are a product of a person that went through the legal immigration process. And I think it's disrespectful to bypass a 4 to 6 year process and get nothing but free shit for several years. Yeah, I don't think that's fair to those people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say something right now, and I'm gonna see if you prove me right, because I think you're gonna end up proving me right. My premise is, stick with me here for a second. My premise is that you don't actually care about the people coming across the border. You just actually hate the people that are coming across the border. That's my premise. So let's see if I can actually prove that right. All right. So you said that your wife is a quote unquote product of coming through and doing it the legal way. So question
no, I didn't
for you.
Say that. Nope.
You said your wife came across and did it the legal way.
No, I did not say that.
Okay, I apologize. Can you repeat yourself?
Yeah, I said my children are a product of a group of people that came here legally. Their grandfather, who came here.
Oh,
Legally.
okay.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah,
So
he was
the
an
grandparents
LAPD
came
cop
here.
for like 30 years. Right.
Got it. So your wife was born here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but
So your
she's
wife was born
fully
here.
Mexican.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure. Anyway, so your wife was born here, and your kids, grandparents, they're from Mexico. Got it.
Yeah,
right.
they legally went through the process. It took about 4 to 5 years.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. Like I said. So with that being said, I guess the bigger question I have for you, first and foremost, with the process taking 4 to 5 years, right? Let's say your in-laws, right? Would you consider them to be good people?
Well, I mean, they're both passed away, but yeah, they were good when they were alive. Sure,
they were good people. Got it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it sounds like the dad was, in your opinion,
their
pretty
grandfather
outstanding
was
because he was
a 30-year LAPD
holy
officer. Really good.
smokes! Hey, Judge.
You asked me a question. I'm answering, man.
Judge. When my mouth stops moving.
Well, maybe there's a delay in the audio.
If it is, then it's on you, bud.
Whatever. I mean, there might be a delay. I don't mean to talk over you, but he was a 30-year LAPD, so he's a good man.
Perfect. So yeah. So your premise. So I guess the question that I have for you with good people, right? People that you deem to be quote unquote good people. Should it take 4 to 6 years for them to actually get across the border and get citizenship?
It doesn't take 4 to 6 years to get across the border. I didn't say that.
It actually
takes 4 to 6 years to go through the immigration process.
Yes. To complete the immigration process.
You know why?
That's what I meant. Do you think that it should take? No, answer the question. Do you think it should take 4 to 6 years to complete the immigration process when quote unquote coming the legal way?
Absolutely. You want to know why? Because we want to vet these people. We want to know that they can integrate into our interior in a positive way, that they are not going to be committing any crimes. So we have to vet them. That's just a national security issue.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to know
So when it comes to actually coming across the border, the interesting thing is the time lapse that I'm assuming that they came. How old is your wife?
She's 45.
45. Okay. So the actual time it takes to go through the process of immigration has only increased. So the reason why I said 4 to 6 years is because it's not 4 to 6 years anymore. It's actually closer to 10 years, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is this actual vetting process, it used to be a lot quicker. And by your own premise, I mean, they were good people. It seems to be that we could get good people in the country quicker. But for some reason, this entire process has been slowed down. Now, hey, did you know that under Donald Trump, his first administration, not this administration as well, but under his first administration, one of his premise as far as what he wanted to do was slow legal migration, not quote unquote illegal migration, but the amount of people legally coming into the country. That was something that he wanted to do, which he did do. And he's put an extra bit of attention on it this administration. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, there's a very good reason for that. So there's, when we have a massive influx of the 239,000 people coming through per month, it causes a wage suppression. It increases crime rates, not violent crimes, but it definitely contributes to gang violence. We know this from the National Gang Report. It also increases public health concerns because these people don't have health insurance. So they go to the ER, which can't turn them away, which is the most expensive healthcare that we have. And they also take up places, and if they've got children, they're put into our school systems. And that's why California, a sanctuary state, is in the bottom of education. Same with Oregon, because we are inundated with illegal immigrant children. Yeah, that is.
Aren't true. There's a lot of stuff that you just said that wasn't true.
At the bottom 20.
Sure, there's a lot of stuff that you just said that wasn't true. But let's kind of dissect this at one at a time.
You're lying. Yeah. Show me where California's ranked in the education system in the states. It's in the bottom. It's in the bottom 20. Yeah, bottom 20.
Again, that's not true. But let's go ahead and break down a couple of different things at the same time.
That's okay. You made a claim. Can you back it up?
Hey, Judge.
Well, you're lying. So show me where you're right.
Hey, shushies. So what I was saying is let's break this down multiple points, one at a time. Now, while I actually pull up this information to show you where they are, I would like to ask you a question.
Yeah, they're ranked 35th. I'm just
Judge, seriously, hey, how old are you, bud?
No, I'm sorry that you can't track.
Judge, how old are you? Answer the question. I literally said before we started, I don't want to talk over each other. You came up here, ooh, don't mute me. But I have sat here and let you stand on your soapbox this entire time and run your mouth. And all I'm saying is when I speak, you don't speak. Apparently, you don't have impulse control. So, Judge, I'm telling you, stop it or I'm going to kick you.
Are you done with your
question I have for you, Judge? The question I have for you is, while I pull up this information, you made the statement that they come across, your original statement was they come across and they get all of this free stuff. But now you're making the statement that they come across and they don't have access to healthcare, which is normally the quote unquote free stuff that people are talking about. So can you tell me, besides Medi-Cal or the emergency care as far as like ER services, because everyone gets that, no matter if you're documented, undocumented, tourist, whatever. Besides emergency care, what do undocumented immigrants actually get?
Yeah, in terms of education, they get it's costing us about 68 billion per year just to educate the children of illegal immigrants. From the
where did you get that number from?
Yeah, Pew Research.
Okay. All right. I'm going to look that up as well. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. And in terms of educational costs, we know that illegal immigrants lead to increased costs for hospitals. We have a lot of hospitals that are actually going bankrupt as a result of it. And this is from the report from the American Hospital Association, which estimates the cost of uncompensated care for uninsured immigrants dramatically impacts healthcare funds. And the citation for that is the impact of uncompensated care. That's the American Hospital Association. So they are destroying our healthcare system.
Okay. All right. Yep. So just to fact check you on something. So it looks like with multiple studies, there's a variation as far as where California ranks. Some studies rank them between 30th and some studies rank them between 37. So somewhere between 30th and 37.
Yeah,
it's
like
widely
I said,
accepted here. Yeah, it's a little bit less than average. So yes, there's 50 states. It ranges from 30 to 37. It's not.
What about Oregon?
It's not the last one. Yeah, well, we'll look that up in a second. We're still talking about multiple things. So with that being said, as far as like the medical system, because or the education system, you mentioned the actual number. You said it was about, did you say 6 billion or 8 billion when it comes to the amount that it costs to educate undocumented children? Yeah,
according to Pew Research and the Department of Education, it's about 68 billion per year. Roughly. I mean, it fluctuates, but about 68 billion per year to educate children, because we have to take the children in. We can't turn them away. So it's a net negative.
Okay. And you said this is from Pew.
Yeah. Yeah, you can actually also find that information on the fiscal impacts of immigration. That's the Institute of Government Research. You can get that.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see here. Basic 2025 American Immigration Council, 22 states. 2.4%. You said I can find. Wait, so why are we using Pew instead of actually looking at the American Immigration Council and how much they're saying that it actually costs? Because Pew Research is an actual survey.
You could find this in the fiscal impacts of immigration, the Institute for Government Research. You can find it there. In fact, there's a lot of information.
Yeah, but like the American Immigration Council, which is a trusted governmental source, doesn't actually back your claim.
It does.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, a 2016 report from the Institute of Government Research indicated that illegal immigrants.
Said 2016?
Oh yeah.
You said 2016. I'm looking at a publication from 2025, from September 2025.
Oh, well, we'll just go with Trump's first term when you guys pretended that it.
Yeah,
didn't
I don't care about his first term. I'm looking at the actual
you
cost.
pretended that it didn't have any impact.
No,
at
no, no.
all, but
I'm looking at
obviously
the
it
actual cost. You brought up the actual cost. You said $68 billion a year. That's what you said. 68 with a B.
Yeah, 68.
And yeah, no, it's nowhere near that. It's actually saying here that it's literally again from 2025, not 2016, because you said 2016. From 2025, looking at the American Immigration Council, it's saying that the overall cost of undocumented children from K to 12, their cost is about 2.4% of the total cost for education.
Yeah, that's 68 billion, dude. Thanks for proving me right.
68 billion is 2.4%.
Yeah, no, it's 68 billion per year.
68 billion is 2.4%.
120,000 schools across the country, which I actually am.
Are you telling me that 2.4% is $68 billion?
Well, here,
so
I'll put it
hold on. No.
background.
Stop talking. So if 2.4% is $68 billion. How much is that?
Yeah, I put the study on.
How much is the budget?
I put the study on.
No. I want you to answer the question.
Background.
Yeah, I don't care about your Pew Research study. I want you to answer the question.
See how you mute facts? No,
I didn't mute facts because you gave me something from 2016. Judge, did you not say 2016? I want you to answer the question.
Why'd you hide the facts on my background?
Judge, answer the question.
Why are you running?
Because you're being disingenuous.
I just had the information on my background.
No. Shh. Because I don't care about your Pew Research.
Yeah, because you just hid the facts.
Judge, you just told me.
Out, man.
No, bud. You told me from 2016, and I'm telling you that I have information from 2025 that tells me that it's 2.4%. And you said that 2.4% is $68 billion.
Yeah, so 68 billion.
Sure. So if the 2.4% is $68 billion, what would that actually make the yearly budget for education? Judge, you have to come back into the app. I can't hear you if you're teacupping. Judge.
So you just hid the facts on my background. You didn't want to see that.
I didn't hit anything. What were you doing? You were doing the weird thing, right? You're such a snowflake.
Oh, there it is.
I know exactly what you were doing.
Put it up on the screen so we can show you how
you're such a snowflake. I know what you were doing just now, Judge. We're going to go ahead and get you out of here. So just an FYI for anyone that's wondering, right? That would make the year, if $68 billion was 2.4% of the budget, that would mean that the yearly educational budget is 163 trillion. Right? No, hold on. Did I do the math wrong on that one? I might have did the math wrong on that one. It's trillions though. Apologize. It's trillions. Okay. Let's try this again. You said, why was I hiding this screen? I wasn't. He was trying to show me something from 2016 and he wouldn't engage with the information from 2025. What do you think is more relevant, 2016 or 2025? Just wondering. Got it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Anywho, guys, W's in the chat for Sophie. Sophie sent a $10 Canadian super chat to say, hey friend, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe. Fight fascism, racism, sexism, and bigotry in your everyday lives. Every intervention matters. Be kind to one another. I completely agree. Could not agree more. Guys, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. Guys, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not looking to talk to friendlies. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. That being said, we have loading here. Oh, I guess he's not loading. Okay. Again, guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates, and MAGA Trump supporters, super easy. Super easy. All you have to do is prove that you care, right? And the thing that I'm trying to get to, because I don't even necessarily want you to dive too deep into the numbers. I don't want you to dive too deep into the policies, because obviously, like, being honest and truthful, that's not your strong point, right? I get it. That's not the actual portion that you do best with. But you do really good with feelings. Sometimes you guys don't do too well with actually emotionally regulating yourself, but you do really well with feelings. And so if you would like to actually share your feelings as far as explaining to me why you care, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Christina, are you a Trump supporter?
No, sorry. I didn't even know that I had requested.
Oh, okay.
I voted for Kamala.
Worries. All right, no worries. I'll drop you down. Guys, again, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Born MAGA, you were here earlier. I see you yip-yapping in the chat. I even see that one of my mods have sent you a request. Put your big boy pants on and get up here. Put your big boy pants on and get up here. No one cares about what you have to talk about in the chat. Okay. So to make it simple, the reason why I say that MAGA doesn't care is because you guys just want to talk about the things, right? You guys don't actually believe in any of the things that you actually say, and that's the problem. You won't just say it with your chest, and I would much rather respect you for saying the things with your chest, including you just saying that Antifa is just a talking point. You don't really know what Antifa is. You're just scared because Donald Trump has made you scared, so you're just naturally scared, right? You can say that DEI, that's not even a thing. You just hate black people. You literally just hate black people. And fun fact, if you actually just told us, we would respect you more than you being, the way that you are. I digress. You don't really care about the border, just like this last guy who came up and tried to pretend as if he cared about the border, at the same time tokenizing his wife, wild story, because he doesn't really care about the border. He just hates brown people and he wants to keep brown people out of the country. You can just tell us that you don't really give a damn about the Constitution. You just want the Constitution to actually protect you. You just want access to the things that are in the Constitution, but you don't care about other people having access to the things that are in the Constitution. Yeah, I'm not bringing you up here. You can go ahead and get out the request. And you can just admit that you don't care about America. You're not actually America first. That's just the talking point. Because if that was a talking point, then you would actually stand on it. You say always bring up the race card. Sure, I am. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna mute you. And I would like for you to come up. I can't send you an invite because your invites aren't on. Come up here and tell me how DEI isn't about race to you. I bet you it is. I bet you the only reason you like saying DEI is because you also like to say the N-word, but you can't say the N-word in public, so you say DEI. You can't prove me wrong. I bet you can't do it. Exactly. None of you know what that actually is.
Racist. Not
What'd you say, bud?
Racist. Not everything is racist. Okay.
Not everything. Okay, cool. Prove me wrong. Explain to me what DEI is.
It hands people who are different races opportunities.
Okay. What's DEIA?
I don't know.
Exactly. So, one, DEIA is the actual term. It's not DEI, but it's DEIA. Two, it has nothing to do with quote unquote handing people something because of
That's
their
what
race.
Charlie Kirk said.
So it seems like, no one gives a shit what Charlie Kirk said.
I do.
It seems like you're the one that actually just made it about race, bud. So why are you making it about race?
It is all about race.
You just said it's not all about race. So it is all about race, or it is not?
Everything's racist.
Well, you thinking that DEIA is about race is definitely racist. You didn't even take the time to actually figure out what DEIA is. You just made an assumption because you heard someone say that it was giving, black people something that they weren't qualified for. And you know what? That made you feel good. So you ran with it.
No. I could show you lots of clips of, people saying that, it's all about race, and I can go on. Want me to show you?
I can show you a lot of clips with people saying the Loch Ness Monster is real. Does that make it real?
Wait, I no.
You want me to show you? You want me to show you the clips of Nessie? Or how about we can actually take a look at facts and research and actual premises that have been proven as far as DEIA and how DEIA is not only effective, but when implemented throughout different companies, it generates additional revenue and it creates a more cohesive work unit. There was a study that was completed by Forbes that actually found that any companies that engage with DEIA, they become way more successful. Hey, who do you think if you had to say like two categories that DEIA benefit the most, who would you say those two categories are?
It benefits blacks and browns.
Black people? No.
It's
black people and what?
Browns.
Browns, black and brown people. Holy smokes. Anyway, no, you're wrong, as usual. Like, you guys don't know things. No, the number one group is women. It benefits women, and definitely white women. But the number two is veterans.
I'm a veteran.
So, yeah.
My grandpa's a veteran.
DEIA literally is made to help you.
The Vietnam veteran.
Yeah, cool. So DEIA specifically overwhelmingly helps white women and veterans. Hey, where's the black and brown people you were just talking about? Ooh. He ran. I guess it was about race. I guess it was. Bobby J, are you a Trump supporter?
I mean, I voted for Trump, not like a MAGA guy or anything.
Okay. Question. How many times did you vote for Trump?
3.
So you triple Trump.
The third time was sort of reluctantly. I sort of like held my nose and said, "Oh, okay, I'll do it."
Yeah, you triple Trump. You're MAGA. You're definitely MAGA. Hey, can you give me like 2 seconds? I got a couple quick people to thank, and I got a question for you if you don't mind, or not a question, but I would like for you to do something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect, thank you. Debbie's in the chat for the leftist rant, who sent a $5 super chat to say, tax contributions, immigrants' families, regardless of their legal status, contribute to taxes based on the fund of public education. Yeah, I was going to get to that, but he couldn't stop crashing before we got there. So Debbie's in the chat for you. Debbie's in the chat for the leftist rant as well, who sent a $10 super chat to say undocumented households pay an estimate of $75.6 billion in taxes in 2022, including the $29 billion in state and local and in taxes and $46.6 billion in federal. Absolutely. Debbie's in the chat for Betty, who sent a $2 Canadian, say caller would arrest his wife and kids for ICE. I believe that. Debbie's in the chat for the super chats, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTubes, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Bobby J, can you prove to me that you actually care about any of the things that you guys talk about? Because it seems like you guys are really performative. And honestly, we're at the point where if you would just say the things with your chest instead of like hiding behind these false moralities, then we would respect you guys a lot more.
Okay. Well, you're talking about MAGA. I try to separate myself from them as much as possible.
I know you do.
Very critical of Trump MAGA people who just
but you triple
accept
Trump.
Everything they say.
You literally triple Trump.
Yeah, we only get 2 choices, right? I mean,
yeah, but like when the choice is the vice president of the United States of America, an educated black woman who has spent her life in political service and who had some of the most consequential votes as vice president ever, versus a 34 count felon that tried to overthrow the country. He has 26 credible counts of SA and literally SA'd his ex-wife. I don't know. I would pick the educated black woman versus the racist, sexist, classist, and now fascist option.
Yeah, we're definitely like ideologically opposed for sure. Like I think Trump is too liberal on a lot of these things, and I think he doesn't go hard enough. So like I would never vote for like a Democrat or anything, but I am very hypercritical of people on the right for sure.
So I guess I feel like you're getting ready to prove my point. So tell me, what did you vote for him for? Right? What's the thing for you?
Well, for me, it was mostly just because I saw you can't say it on here, the ear clipping in Pennsylvania. That was
when another
pretty,
Republican tried to take him out.
yeah, that was crazy. I
Yeah, it
thought
is
that was
crazy that another
interesting, and I
Republican
also
tried to
did
take him
it
out.
because I just wanted to see like what he would do under a third term, or not third term, second term, because all the arguments that the guys were making, they're like, well, you should vote for him because he's going to have retribution and he's not going to have any, he's not going to hold back because he doesn't have to get reelected. And they said the first term, he didn't have any of his guys. He wasn't prepared. He didn't really bring along a squad of guys to take over these industry or agencies like he did this time. And that it's all going to be different this time. Once he brings all of his guys, we learned from the first term. That sort of happened, and then yeah, sort of
kind of, not all the way, but just a little bit, but not full. Yeah, got it. Hey, how do you feel about Nick Fuentes?
Yeah, very skilled orator. They say he's on a generational run.
He's not.
What do you mean? I mean, he's got motion.
He doesn't. He's literally
really? I mean, if you listen to all the biggest names in the conservative movement, guys like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, they're all moving towards his opinion.
They're not. They're not. Nick Fuentes is a far-right extremist who was literally
anti-Israel.
Yeah, he's a far-right
Israel criticism is up. There's a difference
between being anti-Israel because they're committed to the G side, and then just being a someone who hates Jewish people, right? So there's a difference between that. But Nick Fuentes is mid. He just makes people like you feel like you guys are special. Like literally, I've listened to him in so many guys like
you've watched his stream.
Yeah, I've listened to Nick Fuentes multiple times. Like I'm not.
What shows have you watched? You've watched a full stream, or have you seen clips?
Not a full stream, but I've listened to 20, 30, 40 minutes, different parts, like all around. I mean, it's okay.
Well, you got to say his piece on Tucker Carlson was amazing, right? That was like, did you hear that one?
No.
Yeah,
but anyway, the point that I'm trying to make.
You should go.
Yeah, I don't
want
to talk about that one. That's fine. I don't
want to listen.
The point that I'm trying to make is that I do
listen to.
Yeah, the point that I'm trying to make is that I do listen to different voices on the right because it's helpful for me to listen to different.
Well, he is the voice of the right. He is. Well, look at all the guys in the Young Americans group chat. They sound like him. They're making the same jokes.
Yeah,
they're in the administration.
There's a fringe.
They're in Oxford. No, it's not fringe.
Bud,
they're everywhere.
Hey, Bobby, stop it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So just because there is a fringe group of people that's far extreme that are willing to be online and do the weird, edgy edgelord thing or whatever, and then the guys get to hide and huddle in the mass and circle jerk each other, like no one really cares about that. Now, what I will say though,
they do.
I will give you no, they don't. What I will give you,
they wouldn't spend millions of dollars to take him down, and they wouldn't. Why would they censor him, ban him from all the platforms, ban his name on TikTok? You can't even search his name on TikTok. That's why.
The reason
if they weren't afraid of him, you wouldn't ban his name.
Bobby, stop shotgunning. Okay. The reason why is because he's a hateful POS, and he has put out massively harmful information. So when you are on a public platform, when you're on a private platform, the private platform can make a determination whether or not they want to keep your content on that platform. So YouTube made the decision that Nick Fuentes was a POS, and they kicked him and Alex Jones off of their platforms. That's what it is.
Why? Do you know why they did that?
Yeah, because they
spread misinformation,
disinformation, and hate.
Well, no, it's because there's advocacy groups like the SPLC and
It's
ADL.
because
Oh,
he
you know what? I
spreads
have to give you the
misinformation,
answer before you
disinformation,
give
and hell.
before you give the rebuttal. Can I give you the reason?
It's
You gotta have a fair back and forth. At least listen, right? You gotta listen and then like.
okay. That's fine.
Can we have a little back and
I don't
forth?
want no.
Oh, okay.
What you want to do is talk
listening.
about no, Bobby.
Okay.
What you want to do is talk about Nick Fuentes. I don't want to talk about Nick Fuentes.
You
'cause I
brought
don't
him
give-
up.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Now
I just
you
wanted
wanna
to
talk
hold
about
on.
him, and now-
I just wanted to check and see if you were a groiper. That was it. I just wanted
Groiper in the chat.
it was a temperature check. That's it.
America
Now,
first.
With that being said,
Well, every young
that
guy
being
under
said-
40 is a groiper. You understand that, right?
I will literally
Every
put a
young
binky
white
in your mouth if
conservative
you.
is a
I will
groiper.
literally put a binky in your mouth, Bobby, if you can't control yourself. Okay. Control yourself. With that being said, I would like to get back to Donald Trump. I would like to get back to what's that? You know what? Never mind.
Let's go.
Like, there's no point in being talking to you because literally your whole point is like he's not gone far enough. You don't like what he's doing. Like, there's no point in talking to you. That's a waste of time. With that being said, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that actually supports Donald Trump and you're not like a weirdo incel that is for some reason living for Nick Fuentes, get in the box. Get in the box. Yeah. We are only, yeah, he did say Donald Trump is too liberal. Super weird. They're absolutely super weird. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Again, all you have to do is prove me wrong. All you have to do is prove to me that you actually care about any of the things that you say that you care about, because you don't. And the reason why you don't care about the things, Democrats don't care. Okay, Sandy, you saying Democrats don't care. Sandy, get up here and prove to me that you actually care. I'm going to send you a request and then I'm going to mute you, because you know what? MAGA, Trump supporters, fun fact, you don't get the yip yap in my chat. Like, you may be confused. You may get to run around other TikTok lives and you may get to actually, yap in comments, but I don't do that because I give you the floor.
I love you. I love you, Santana. I love your content. I love it.
Please don't request up if you're not a Trump supporter. While I appreciate you, that's not what I'm looking for. And that does nothing to actually help the live. So please respect my boundaries and do not request up if you're not a Trump supporter. I appreciate you. Thank you. But that doesn't fucking hell. You are not coming up here. You are not coming up here. I told you to change that profile picture and then you can come up. There's no way in hell you're coming up here with that profile picture. Miss V, are you a Trump supporter?
Thank you.
Miss V, are you a Trump supporter? Thank you for being here. Like I was saying, Trump supporters, you don't get to run your mouth. You don't get to run your mouth in the comments because no one cares what you have to say in the chat if you can't put on your big boy pants and get up here and say it. The funny thing about this is you guys already hide behind fake profile pictures. You hide behind fake profile pictures. Not fucking, I know this is the same person, just a different profile because you just got blocked. You're not fucking coming up here with those profile pictures. What are you doing? Stay out of my request, weirdo. Like I said, you guys already run around with change your profile picture and then you can come up. You're not, I will never platform you with one of those profile pictures. You're fucking weird. Like I said, you guys hide behind fake profile pictures. You hide behind fake names. You hide behind burner accounts. And even with you hiding the entire time, you're still afraid. You're still afraid. That's it. Would you say you're never going to get anybody up here for an honest debate the way you? Sure. Okay. You know what? I'm going to send you a request. You come up for an honest debate and I'm going to mute you. Like, I don't care what you actually see. Also, this is the thing, right? MAGA, Trump supporters. I know you think people care about your feelings, but surprise, surprise, we don't. Gio, we don't care about your feelings. Would you like to actually engage in the debate?
Sure, we can cover any topic that you'd like.
Okay. And you're a Trump supporter.
No,
Who'd you vote for?
I didn't vote. I'm a digital nomad, but I do agree with a lot of Trump's policies currently.
You're a digital nomad. When's the last time you lived in the U.S.?
Permanently, 2001. I was there for about 9 months in 2003 and about 4 months in 2004.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. You haven't been. So you weren't here under his first term, so you didn't get to experience that.
No,
And
no, I left when Biden was elected.
You just said 2004.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. 2024.
I don't believe you. But I will make this announcement. This weekend, I'm going to make a video about it. This weekend, Saturday only, Sparring with Santana goes international. What that means is if you are an international Trump supporter, this Saturday is your chance. This Saturday, I will let you come up and actually debate me on why in the blue moon do you support Trump and you don't even live in the country. Also, flip side, if you're someone out of the country and you are feeling the impact of what's happening from the United States and you want to talk about it, you can come up as well. So it'll be this Saturday, one day only, international Sparring with Santana. I will take on any international Trump supporter this Saturday. That's what we're doing. So digital nomad guy, come back Saturday. We're not doing that today. Today, get in the box if you support Trump. You would lose. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Stefan, you come up here and you tell me why I would lose. I'm going to send you a request, and then also I'm going to mute you because guess what? I don't care what you're saying in the chat. I don't give a shit about what you're saying in the chat. The point that I was making is you guys think that people care about your feelings. And your feelings are the reason why we're in this mess we are today. Your feelings is why the housing market is failing. Your feelings is the reason why 42 million people are about to go without food. Your feelings is why people are getting laid off. Your feelings is why the government is shut down. Your feelings is why the country is failing. Your feelings actually led us to where we are. You literally were told that you were special by a compulsive liar, and you let him put a battery in your back and lie to you over and over and over and over. And you tend to believe those lies. So your feelings put us into the mess that we're in right now. And you know what's so funny about your feelings? They're not even your real feelings. That's the funny thing about all this. Because if it was your true feelings, then you would just admit that you're, a horrible person. So whatever, I see that you were chatting, but one of my mods got you before I could. Get up here. No one cares about what you have to say from the request. I'm sorry, from the chat. It's weird. It's weird. You guys are such cowards. But like I was saying, if it was your real feelings, if it were your true feelings, you just tell us that you're a hateful POS. You get to support BLM. Yeah, sure. Yeah, come up here. Let's talk about BLM. Sure, that's fine. I'm muting you. I'm sending you a request. Come up here. Let's talk about BLM. Cry is free. I don't understand what you're saying. Cry is free. Try your insult again. I don't understand what cry is free means. Yeah, exactly. A bunch of cowards that hide in the chat behind fake profile pictures who don't actually know anything and you're scared. That's why you guys support Donald Trump. You guys support Donald Trump because your daddy makes you feel strong. Your daddy makes you feel strong, which the funny thing about your daddy making you feel strong is he couldn't be more of an example of a weak leader than I've ever seen in my life. He's feeble. I mean, not only is he old, but like mentally feeble, physically feeble. He's literally a coward. He keeps getting punked by Putin. And this is the person that you hold up as like the strong man. I don't get it. I don't get it. None of that makes sense. Thank you for the cake.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Nope. You're not coming up here with your camera on. You're about to do something weird, and I refuse. Got you before you did the weird shit. No way in the world I was going to let you do the weird shit. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Elizabeth, are you a Trump supporter? Elizabeth, are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't care that you turned it off. I still feel like you're going to do something weird. Justin, are you a Trump supporter? Elizabeth, are you? Justin, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay. You support Donald Jimothy Trump.
I do, but there's a limit to it.
What's the limit?
I mean, I disagree with every decision that he makes.
Hold on, hey Santana, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I be watching you all the time, Dean Parker. This nigga just wanted to get up here. My bad. Hey, keep doing your thing, brother, for real.
All right, I appreciate you. All right. W's in the chat for Whitney. Whitney sent a $2 donation saying, I'm broke due to this economy. I just want to say thank you. This woman appreciates what you're doing for us. Keep fighting. Whitney, thank you so much. I really hope that things turn around really soon because the economy is really, really rough, and I completely understand. You're fucking amazing. You're absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for that. W's in the chat for Eugenia, who sent a 150 Ugandan, or I'm sorry, Uruguay. I kept saying Ugandan. Uruguay, and said, the Loch Ness Monster, still trying to figure out how your message to how you manage to make our days dropping mics left and right while schooling these people. Shushies from Uruguay. I know that's right. Jess, are you a Trump supporter?
Hi. Yes. But your mod said I can ask you a different question. So what's the objective?
Which mod said you could do that?
The one with the Gemini sign in their name. They said that I
don't know magic, so you're gonna have to help me with more than that.
It was okay. Let me scroll.
I have no idea what a Gemini sign looks like. I also don't know what a like I'm an Aquarius, and I don't know what that looks like. She's not a mod. I don't even know who that person is.
Oh, I thought she was. She has the diamonds and stuff by her name.
Yeah, I have no idea who that person is. No, she can come back. I wanted to hear the question. We didn't have to rapture her. Come back. I wanted to hear the question. W's in the chat for Mary, who sent a $5 super chat to say, I turned 60 this year. Hey, and I've never in my life been more scared, disgusted, and pissed at all at one time. I know that's right. I absolutely know that's right. You're absolutely, you have every right to be, and I completely understand. Also, W's in the chat for Feisty. What up, Feisty, who sent 10 membership subscriptions. W's in the chat for Feisty. You're fucking awesome. Thank you so much, Feisty. Also, W's in the chat for Allison, who sent a $3 donation saying, just to say I love you and thanks for being you. Allison, you're fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Alex, I did not mean to bring you back up, but don't do anything weird. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like for you to, see.
Look, I'm getting educated. Economics.
Yeah. Told you not to turn on your camera. I don't know what you were showing, but I told you not to turn on your camera. We're not going to do that. I have no idea what you were trying to show.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, so
So you had a question.
Yeah, I had asked in the comments what was the objective of the live, and I was instructed. You said you didn't know that person, so I don't know. Someone responded to me and said to request up to ask. So
yeah, the objection of the live is to actually debate Trump's. The objection of the live is to actually debate Trump supporters, and honestly, is to highlight the hypocrisy in the things that they say they believe. And one, force them to critically think. Two, to hopefully get them to change their mind. And three, to fight back on misinformation and disinformation, give people the ability to actually do this in their everyday lives. And even more so, hey, you know the little mustache man, right?
you said the little, no, I
Shitler,
you mean
the little mustache man.
who is that?
Shitler?
Oh, are you?
Instead of an
Okay.
S, it's an H, but you know.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
different language. What was one of the biggest tools that he tried to use to continue his war? And I'll give you a hint. It started to crumble around the 1940s. I think it was like 1941. But like it was something that he used to continue his war, and even to put pressure to continue his war into the Soviet Union.
I'm not sure.
Okay. It was propaganda. It was the media. He had Joseph Goebbels, who's basically Stephen Miller, right? Stephen Miller's Joseph Goebbels, but they were someone who put out misinformation, disinformation. He had spies that he would put out to gauge public interest. And the canary in the coal mine was when people started to say, hey, I don't know if this is a good thing. I don't know if, like I can continue to support this. And it was all due to public pressure. And the thing is, fascist regimes, authoritarians, they rely on misinformation, disinformation, and also a positive public image. So if I can continue to actually highlight the negative things that are occurring, that are harming everyday Americans, and the fact that they are literally stripping away whites from people, then it continues to chip away from the public image that Donald Trump is some type of good person or a good president. And you see things that are occurring, like his poll numbers taking massive dips. And as long as you can actually keep public opinion away from accepting an authoritarian, they can never fully institute their authoritarian regime. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why me and other people like myself do this. Okay. Donald Trump's a fascist and he wants to be an authoritarian.
Okay. So by having the conversations, do you feel like it'll change anything as far as like the current state of the matter? Like he's already been elected. He's the president already. 10 months in.
It does. I mean, but the thing that you have to, well, I don't know if you understand, but I'll talk to my people, the people in the chat. The thing that we have to realize, because I get this question often, right? It's what can we do? And we can do things like we did this past weekend with the No Kings rally, but even more so, we have to continue to put on pressure. We have to do things along the lines of utilizing our economic capital, right? I mean, we understand that withholding our funds is a massive form of protest. The way that you fight fascism is by engaging community, by directly confronting it, and by organizing and educating. And so that's what we're doing. When it comes to Donald Trump and him, already being the president, yes, he is the president, but he's not a king. And even this Trump administration, even this term, have shown that if you put enough pressure on them, they'll back down. So yes, you flip the public image, you flip the pressure, and you chip away at their base, specifically MAGA, and they shift away from the things that they're doing, which are super harmful.
Okay. That's all.
So why do you support Trump?
Oh, well, I support Trump because I like the vision that he laid out for his campaign of making the country strong.
You feel like he's done that?
I feel like he's made a good attempt to do so. He wants to secure the country. He wants to bring all of these foreign nations to the table to negotiate. And I know he's using tariffs to do so. And I know that that's like a big thing that everyone disagrees on. They're like, oh, tariffs are not good. He shouldn't be using that strategy to try and get, the results that he's looking for. I get that. We can disagree on that. But I feel like he's making a good attempt to actually strengthen the nation. Now, I understand it may not look pretty and it may not feel pretty, you know, with like ICE and, you know, the tariffs and everything like that, like the backlash of it. I get that. But I feel like the overall intent isn't like an evil, like he's trying to step on the American people. Like so we can, I mean, I can say that it just doesn't feel like it's a bad thing, even though the reality of it may feel like it with the results that are coming from it. I just don't think that he's trying to mislead or to weaken the American citizens or anything like that. I don't think that's like the intention.
Okay. So before I go any further, who does intent matter to?
I feel like intent, and we voted off of intent, right? Like, oh, you can campaign.
You may have voted off intent, but no, I didn't. But who does it actually matter to? Like in a situation, let's say I intend to give you a high five, but instead of giving you a high five, I, pop you on top of your head. Well, my intent was to give you a high five, but I end up popping you on the top of your head. Does it matter that my intent was to give you a high five, or does it matter that I actually popped you on the top of the head?
I would like to say that both matter.
Intent only matters to the person that's doing the action, not to the person that it happens to. That's the point I'm trying to get across. So,
okay,
are you saying that Donald Trump's intent, he's not intentionally trying to harm people, whether you believe he is or he's not? He's actually harming people. He's harming the country. He is sending our country on a course in multiple different ways, whether it be the massive hits that we've taken to the economy, whether it be the massive human rights hits that we've taken throughout this term. He's alienated our allies. He's weakened us in multiple ways, including our military. Like, there's nothing that you can actually name that Donald Trump has done that actually made us better as a person. I mean, not a person, but a country.
Well, right now, he's only been president for 10 months.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You guys keep, it doesn't, because you guys keep using this excuse, right? It went from, well, he's not president yet, because he made a bunch of really wild claims, right? He said that he was going to end the Russia-Ukraine war 24 hours of being elected. And then he didn't do that after he was elected. And you guys were like, oh, well, he was just being, facetious. Of course he couldn't do that. You got to give him time. But then he said that he was going to bring down grocery prices day one. And then when he didn't do that, you guys like, oh, well, he's only been there for a couple of days. You got to give him time. But then when he said that he was going to make 90 deals in 90 days with tariffs, and he didn't do that, then you guys started saying, well, he's only been here for 90 days. You got to give him time. And then when we said that he's going to harm the country with the actual tariff policy that he's implemented, and you said, well, we got to wait and see. You got to give him time. And now that he's actually harmed the country in multiple ways, including completely contradicting what the Fed is trying to do with dropping the interest rate and alienating allies and causing massive harm to farmers, where our trade partners in China is found new trade partners in Argentina. We've said, hey, he's harming the country. And you say, well, it's the short term. You got to give him time. You guys keep saying that we have to give him time, but all the time that we've given him for these 10 months, he has enriched himself. Hey, how much money do you think Donald Trump has made within the first couple of months of him actually being in office?
I'm not sure.
$4 billion. $4 billion since he since he was sworn into office since September. That's more money than more wealth than he's ever amassed in his entire life. $4 billion. So Donald Trump is taking the time to enrich himself, right? Hey, how Donald Trump said that he was going to have a healthcare plan in 2 weeks, 9 years ago. Does he have a healthcare plan yet?
That I'm not sure.
He doesn't. But you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to choke out the Affordable Care Act, which is going to take about 7 million Americans off of their health insurance, and they don't have any type of plan to actually replace it, right? I mean, the Republican Party voted over 60 times to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, and at the same time not offering any type of real option to replace it. People said, give him time, he's going to come up with a plan. He told us it was going to be 2 weeks. It's been 9 years, and there's still no actual healthcare plan. So I say all that. Can you name one piece of legislation that Donald Trump has passed that actually directly addresses the border?
Legislation, no. I can just speak to the acts of deploying the National Guard to these cities
That
where
does nothing with the border. That literally does nothing with the border. But I bring that up because there was a Langford bill that was on the table under the Biden administration, and not only did Donald Trump get them to shut down the Langford bill, but he said that once the Republicans take power, then they were going to actually put out a better border bill that was going to help the country in more ways than what the Langford bill could have done. And ever since he's got in office, they haven't talked about an actual bill for the border at all, even though they have the House, Senate, and the executive branch, and hell, also the Supreme Court. I guess my point is, like, how much time are you trying to give them? Maybe that'll help me.
I can't really put too much of a number, but it's definitely maybe like maybe at the 2-year mark, we can get a true assessment of some actual things.
You think 2 years of him being in office is enough to make that's the amount of time you want to give him before we make an assessment on 2 years?
Yes, and if you don't mind, because it's like I was a part of another conversation, and it's like we're seeing all these companies and all these things, all these people willing to come to the table, and they're making pledges. Pledges and things are intentions, that support his campaign promises. You can't, those pledges, the beginnings, the actualization of those, it's not going to happen overnight. And it's like,
it's not going to happen at all.
But, well, we don't know that for sure.
We do. There's a history of it.
Okay.
Did you know every administration, for the last couple of administrations, Apple makes like these wildly massive pledges as far as the amount of money they're going to invest in the United States, and they never do it. They just move on to the next the next pledge.
Okay, so in 2 years, if they do actually actualize those pledges, then what?
Then, bully for them, but I don't think they will, right? But even if they do, who's to say the Trump administration isn't going to alienate them? Hey, did you know what happened to the Hyundai plant down in Georgia?
Oh, yeah, I saw some news on that, that they rounded up I forgot what race they were. They rounded up they rounded them up, and because an ICE report was made. And
so
they called for
Donald Trump begged other countries to make investments in the United States. South Korea is one of the countries that actually made investments within the United States. And after South Korea actually made that investment, Donald Trump then allowed his ICE agency to go and raid the Hyundai factory, which has been so damning and impacting to our relationship with South Korea that they're saying they don't trust our country to send their people to our country anymore.
Okay. See, I completely understand that position that South Korea has taken because of that incident, but also I also understand the position that, Trump is taking to ensure that everyone who is here legally. And we may say that we can agree that maybe the execution sucks. It's not ideal. It's not something you want to see. Like, ICE going in and arresting everyone that they think is not here legally. But that's kind of how the process works. They get served. They have a warrant to go in, to go get these people. They have to determine, hey, do you actually have valid paperwork to be here? And then once they conclude that, okay, you are, we'll release you, or oh, you're not here. We have to now go through the process of deportation or whatever the process is. So it's like a catch-22. It's like you can't really win for losing, kind of.
You can. You know why you can, though? Because there's a history of winning, right? In the sense of, we understand the way that Barack Obama went through deportation. We also understand the way that Joseph Robinette Biden went through deportation, and both of them are actually deporting at a higher clip than Donald Trump. because the way that Donald Trump is doing things now. I mean, you can talk about whether, you know, it's pretty or it's not. Like, sure, like that's subjective. What's not subjective is it legal? And Donald Trump isn't doing things legally. That's the problem. You understand that? Like that's the big problem that everyone has. It's not that not everyone says, oh, we don't want to deport undocumented immigrants. Not everyone says like, oh, everyone should be able to come into the country. But most people that have an issue with this say, hey, what you're doing is illegal. So why is it that the Trump administration can't even meet the basic standard of doing stuff legally?
Okay, I hear that argument, but I guess like the question for the administration now is like, I know the big question I've heard is like, are these people even due the
due process?
Due process if they are
Yes.
not.
The
If they are
Constitution
not,
says yes.
but if they're not citizens, does the Constitution
The
apply to them?
Constitution says
That's the
yes.
big question.
It's not. It's not even kind of a question. It's a big question for you guys because you don't understand how like the Constitution works or how the judicial system works. But not only has this been ruled on twice in U.S. history to establish that yes, this is how it actually works, but even more than that, do you know what the Supreme Court split is currently?
No.
6-3 conservative, 6-3 conservative. After Donald Trump illegally deported Kilmar Abergo Garcia, the Supreme Court, which has 6 conservatives, 3 liberals, including Uncle Ruckus, Clarence Thomas, all 9 of them agreed together that Donald Trump violated the Constitution by violating Kilmar Abergo Garcia's right to due process by deporting him without giving him a fair trial. So literally, not only has this been ruled on in the past, it's been ruled on currently by the current Supreme Court, which has a 6-3 lean, and even 3 of those Supreme Court justices were directly appointed by Donald Trump. There's no argument. There's no question. You guys may question it, but the law, the Constitution, says that they get rights. They get access to due process.
Okay. Okay. I hear
So
you on
again,
that.
my question is, why can't Donald Trump do stuff the legal way?
If it is illegal, I don't know why he's circumventing the law. I
It's
don't
because he's a
know.
criminal. He's a criminal and he likes to do criminal stuff. You ever thought about that?
I try not to hold people's criminal history against them. I think people are more than just their past or their history, you know? So
I agree, but I mean, don't you think that the best apology is change behavior?
yes, I do.
Can you tell me any type of change behavior that Donald Trump is engaged in? Because even when it comes to like his the fact that he lost the 2020 election, he still won't accept that. He's still saying today that he won the 2020 election, and even more so, thank you for the galaxy. That's fucking awesome. Even as of today, like he's pressuring people publicly to say that he won not only the 2020 election, but states that he didn't win.
I hear you on that. I think some of the arguments that I read, like the articles that I read, they reported that there were 20 million extra votes in comparison to previous years that were all Democratic. So there was the allegation that there was cheating, and if that's true, then I think that's kind of a valid stance to take, because that's no difference than, Stacey Abrams when she refused to concede to Governor Kemp down in Georgia. So it's like she was adamant that there was election fraud, that there were ballots being added, and I feel like if you have proof of that, if you're very certain of that, then it should be investigated. Sorry, hold on.
No worries. I'm going to thank a couple of people and then I'm going to address that. Is that all right?
Okay.
Tamani, thank you. I said I'm going to thank a couple of people and then I'll address that. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
W's in the chat for Amani, who sent a $10 donation saying, thank you for everything you're doing. Sending love from Lithuania. Lithuania, holy smokes. Thank you so much for the 10. W's in the chat for Martin, who sent a $1 donation saying, this girl is just got dragged by Johnny for over an hour because she was disingenuous through the whole conversation. I've seen people saying that, but so far, I mean, I don't know. It's been okay. W's in the chat for Taylor, who sent a $3 donation saying, the goalpost is always moving with MAGA. Besides that, thank you for all that you do. It's appreciated. Thank you so much, Taylor. You're fucking awesome. W's in the chat for Darlene. Hey, Darlene, who sent a $2 donation, said, please tell the guests not to cry on your live like she did on Johnny's this morning. Dang. She actually needs to answer the actual questions. Whew, you guys are on her head top. Also, W's in the chat for Coffee Mom, who sent a $2 super chat to say, only 10 months and already done this much. Exactly. It's been like 5 years already. W's in the chat for One B Carey, who sent a $5 donation saying 2 years, kids are getting snatched out of their beds, literally. W's in the chat for Radstorm, who sent a $2 super chat to say, how can they pledge more money than their annual GDP? It doesn't make sense. W's in the chat for Betty Goldblue, Betty, who sent a $2 super chat Canadian to say, Trump elbow drop baby. Caller says, tuck baby in. Trump elbow drops baby. Caller says tuck baby in. Yeah, exactly. Anything. W's in the chat for all the donations. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, make sure you follow the account. Look up at the top if you see the word follow. That means you're not following me. This is the main account. Follow this account, but this is the backup account. We've been doing debates on the backup account. We just switch it up just for a day, but normally we're going to do debates on the backup account. Also, I go MAGA hunting on the backup account. So make sure you follow here and make sure you follow the backup account as well. All right. So your premise is if it was like illegal, then, they should investigate it. Hey, did you know there were over 60 plus cases that were litigated and all 60 cases found that there was no credible instance of election fraud? Jess?
Oh,
hello, Jess.
I didn't realize I was muted. No, I did not.
Okay. Yeah, over 60 cases of attempting by the Trump administration to find any type of fraud. And every court, including judges that were appointed by him, said, no, there are no credible cases of fraud. So while Donald Trump did make the case of fraud, he did claim that he actually was found in the court of law to not have anything that's credible.
Okay.
You know what he did admit in court though?
What's that?
He tried to overthrow the United States government.
In terms of
by sending fake slate of electors to try to get him certified. He literally admitted that. And his attorney, the defense of his attorney is that due to the ruling of the Supreme Court, that he has immunity and he has the ability to do so. His own lawyer said, yes, he sent fake electors to be certified to install himself as the president of the United States. But as the president of the United States, he had every right to do it. That's why Donald Trump's favorite term is I have every right.
That's interesting.
Not really. It's scary.
It's interesting to me.
It's not interesting. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. It's illegal. It's concerning. It's, frightening, but I wouldn't say it's interesting.
Well, I think that it's interesting. Well, you can feel like it's frightening, but I feel like that's like in something that's interesting. But okay.
So I guess the question I have, because hearing all of these things, right? And you think it's just an instance of him not doing things, in a pretty way. While I would love some type of semblance of, being the shiny city on the hill that Ronald Reagan once talked about. Donald Trump has literally been harmful and destructive and hateful in every single way. Donald Trump literally said that he hates his opponents. And he's even made statements talking about like the Epstein file. He's even said, like, if you're someone who is demanding the Epstein files be released, then I don't want your support. Hey, do you want the Epstein files to be released?
Oh, definitely. He campaigned on that.
Yeah, he did. But now he's saying he doesn't want your support. So how do you feel knowing that he doesn't want your support because you want the Epstein files released?
It doesn't faze me because the support's already been given. The election was almost a year ago. You know, it's almost a whole year later. He's in office. He's our president. You know that.
Yeah, but he literally just said that he doesn't want your support, not your vote, because you're right. He already got your vote. Like, he already suckered you in for your vote, but your actual support, like you on a TikTok live in front of over 2,000, almost 3,000 combined people, you're sitting here supporting him, and he's saying he doesn't want you to do that.
That makes me feel no type of way.
So why do you continue to support him today then?
Well, like I said, I believe in the vision that he did campaign on.
Tell me, what was your interpretation of the vision? Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm not seeing the vision.
A secure nation, our country being a leader and not being taken advantage of by other countries, more fair trade deals. I just felt like that was a positive thing that would benefit all Americans.
Got it.
So,
can you say with certainty that any of those things that you named in said vision has actually come true? Any of them? Or just one? Can you tell me one of those things that you just named in your vision that has actually come true since Trump has been in office? And please don't use the excuse that, you know, we got to give him more time.
one thing that has come true, I mean, he has started, you know, the whole trying to rid the country of undocumented people who are causing harm.
Yeah,
So
he's not.
That's in process.
But that's not. We've already talked about that, remember? Well, one, he's not specifically targeting criminals, like he said. He's literally going after, he's pulling visas, right? And so he's pulling visas from people that are here legally, quote unquote legally, but he's also going after asylum seekers while they show up for their court dates. And he's also going after people who are literally in the country just working, right? He's working directly with the FBI to get their ITN number in order to actually send raids to different locations. And even with all of that, he's still deporting at a lower clip than Joe Biden and Barack Obama. So he's not fulfilling that one. Would you like to try another one?
Let me think. I know he's gotten a lot of leaders together. He wanted to end the Ukraine and Russia war. That was a goal. He has had numerous sit downs and meetings with Russia and invited Zelensky over to the U.S. to attempt to end that war.
What happened with the last meeting that just occurred last Friday?
Oh, I didn't watch that one. Yeah. I think I watched the initial one.
So in the meeting, Donald Trump basically told Zelensky after, like, before the meeting, right, a couple of days before, Donald Trump was saying, hey, we may give Ukraine Tomahawk missiles, right? That's what Trump was saying. And then before the meeting, like, he's like, oh, I actually talked on the phone to Putin, and I don't think Putin would like it if we send Ukraine Tomahawk missiles. And then when he got into the meeting with Zelensky, he told Zelensky that, hey, you should just give up. You should quit, and you should give up and cede the land that has already been taken, because if you don't, then Putin is going to wipe you off the map. And so now, not only is Donald Trump not ending the war, right? Putin has officially said, because they were supposed to be meeting in Budapest, and Marco Rubio had a meeting with one of the Russian foreign ministers or whatever, And after that meeting, they called off the meeting between Trump and Putin. So I guess he's not ending that war.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's really not his war to end. However, is he doing what he can to get them to come to an agreement so that it can end? I think so. Yeah, like I understand, like because the initial meeting that I did actually watch, I'm not gonna say that. It seemed as if Zelensky were threatening the US, and I think that's where the meeting went left. So because I think the statement was like, he said, you don't know war now, you're comfortable now. It was something along the lines of that Zelensky said to Trump. And I was like, I think that's what kind of made the meeting go awry. But
okay. I mean, I guess like he didn't say that. I mean, there's more context, but I guess, I mean, your premise is you think that Donald Trump's doing everything possible to put the maximum amount of pressure on like Putin, because Zelensky's our ally, so we shouldn't be putting like that type of pressure on him. But you feel like Donald Trump's putting the massive amount of pressure on Putin to get him to come to the table and agree to end this war, right?
I think so. I feel like the US shouldn't have a dog in the fight. The only reason why we mainly do is because we've been supporting Ukraine financially.
But why shouldn't we have a dog in the fight? Isn't Russia our enemy?
Is Russia a US enemy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, yes, Russia's absolutely our enemy. Anyway, so back to the premise that you made, though. You said that Trump is doing everything possible. Hey, what if I told you that instead of like the United States or any other country, hypothetical situation, not the United States, not even any European country, if anyone could just, let's say, give Ukraine $154 billion to help them fight Russia, and it's not money that would come out of our pockets or even any of our allies' pockets. And all they had to do in order to do that was Donald Trump say yes. Do you think that would be a good thing?
I'm not too sure.
Why?
Because it's like, I try not to be like a predictor of the future.
Well, no. It's not. I'm not actually to predict anything. I'm just saying, do you think that's a win-win scenario, right? Ukraine gets money to help fight this war with Russia. The money doesn't come out of our pockets, right? We don't have to actually give them anything, and they can actually continue and try to end this war and get their land back. Like that sounds like a pretty good thing, right?
I don't know, because the whole thing is that the reason why I voted is like, I don't want you said it's not coming out of our pockets, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not coming out of our pockets.
Well, if it's not coming out of our pockets, I mean, I guess not. I don't guess that wouldn't be too much of an issue. Yeah.
Apparently Donald Trump thinks it is. Did you know that there is 140 euro, about $154 billion that is currently froze, and the G7 has been trying to vote to release that $154 billion. It's frozen Russian assets from Russian central banks as deposits. And the G7 has been voting to release those funds and give them directly to Ukraine. And the only vote that's holding up releasing said funds is the United States. Donald Trump's the only person in the G7 that has not voted to release those Russian funds to Ukraine. Hey, that doesn't sound like he's doing everything possible to actually help Ukraine.
Okay. If that's the case, and the goal is, you're saying that he should be supporting Ukraine so that they win this war with Russia, is that the perspective that you're coming from? that we should be supporting Ukraine to win over Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if that's his goal for him to have Ukraine win, then yeah, he would be a hindrance.
Yeah. So he's directly hindering our allies. And at the same time, he's taking money out of your pocket because he's still sending aid to Ukraine. So instead of us sending aid to Ukraine, why wouldn't he just vote to release the Russian assets and give it to Ukraine?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he wouldn't do that.
That's interesting.
Maybe it's not. Maybe he sees something that maybe it's not in the best interest of either, or maybe that's something that Putin is against. I'm not sure.
Why does it matter what Putin's against?
Because if you're working as a mediator, you have to take into account both parties, and that's what he seems to be doing.
That Putin is a war criminal.
Okay, and
like an actual literal war criminal.
And you pointed out that Trump is a criminal, a felon.
Yeah,
you know?
he is, but at least by like the Geneva Convention, I mean, at least by like the UN, and the standards set forth in the Geneva Convention. Well, I guess Donald Trump would be now because he's got a thing about blowing up like boats, but by UN law, by international law, Putin is a war criminal. He can't go to certain countries.
Okay.
Just like Bibi Netanyahu can't go to certain countries because there's an international a warrant out for their arrest. They're war criminals.
Okay.
Give me a second here, guys. There's a lot of people in the box. Please only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. If you're in the box right now and you, for some reason, want to come up to speak with the guests, that's not what's happening. Please drop out of the box. We're not talking to friendlies. If you are in the request specifically thinking that you're going to come up and be able to talk to the guests, that is not how this works. I am only talking to Trump supporters. I'm only looking for debates. Please, if you look down at the bottom and you see the gray, if you see the gray person, that means you're in the request and you're a Trump supporter, and so you're trying to come up. If you see the pink and blue person, then that means that you're good. So again, do not come up unless you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for debates. Only looking for debates. So if you're in the box and you're not a Trump supporter, drop out. Let's see here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you about to?
Give me a second.
Okay.
We are. Are you a Trump supporter? We are Wolf. Are you a Trump supporter? We are Wolf going once, twice, dropping down. Okay. Yeah, I think that cleared it out. I just wanted to get that straight because there's a lot of people requesting up, and I figured that's what was happening. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Give me one more second. W's in the chat for Taylor, who sent a $2 donation, saying, I just want to know if she's I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But Taylor, I would bet yes. I would bet yes. Thank you for the two. W's in the chat for Tip for the $5 donation, saying, guest says, I hear that, and this is interesting, but neither listening, believing, or understanding, only justifying. W's in the chat for Tip. Bino, are you a Trump supporter?
Nah, but that Jess's bitch dumb as hell. What the hell is she
Hey,
talking
first and foremost, like, don't call women the B words. That's fucking disgusting. Secondly, like I said, don't come up if you're not a Trump supporter. The fuck are you doing? Fucking weirdo. I apologize about that, Jess.
No, never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Justin, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, I'm back on.
Wait,
I'm
this
back
is
on.
the same person.
Swear to God.
Your friend just told me you're not a Trump supporter. No, it's the same person. Not doing that. Definitely not doing that. I don't know what's happening. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're not talking to friendlies. Not talking to friendlies. Late nights is tonight. Do not request up. Raven, are you a Trump supporter? Got it. Got it. Debbie's in the chat for Jamie, who sent a $20 donation saying, this chick sounds like this chick shouldn't be giving your time. she's she's just trying to debate Johnny and said Trump is doing great things for the economy because she is funding for and society. Ooh, okay. That was in the chat. Thank you for the 20. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna ask that. W's in the chat for Nina, who sent a $5 super chat, said if you don't hold Trump criminal history against him, why would you hold immigrants criminal history against them? That's actually a great question. W's in the chat for Rasson, who sent a $2 super chat to say, do you have to follow the Constitution? Trump IDK. That's exactly what he said. W's in the chat for Uganda from who sent a $150 Uruguay to say Osiris been Uruguay president 7 months since March, and we've legislated euthanasia. Just saying, real parentheses human rights oriented chance to happen is under 10 months. Thank you for all that you do. Absolutely, yeah, I agree. I guess just coming back and kind of bringing it home, right? I just need to understand what would Trump have to do to lose your support? Because it seems like there's nothing that he can do. It kind of feels disingenuous. It feels like that no matter what, you're going to stand 10 toes down on Donald Trump and you're going to continue to support him, even though we continue to point out all the facts and all the harmful things that Donald Trump keeps doing.
I guess like the main issue that shoot, hold on 1 second. Can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear you. Give me 1 second.
Guys, keep tapping the screen. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 300,000 likes. Also, if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Also, make sure you follow this account. This is the main account. Hit the follow button. If you look up at the top and see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit the follow button. Also, this is the backup account. We've been doing debates on the backup account. I just switched to the main account just for today, but the rest of this week will probably be on the backup account. So if you want to catch me doing debates, you have to follow the backup account. And also I go MAGA hunting on the backup account. So it's hella worth it. All right, Jess, you ready to answer that question?
Yeah. So I want to say that to preface before I answer, I just want to say that just because someone voted someone doesn't mean that they're incapable of disagreeing with some of the things that they're doing. Two things can be true at once. So I'd have to say that if he doesn't fulfill his campaign promises, the ones that I specifically voted for him for, then yeah, that would make me upset. However, the vote's already been casted. He's already in office. So to say, like, I don't understand what does not supporting him as the president that's sitting in office currently, like, what does that look like?
Midterms are coming up. Midterms are coming up. Special elections continue to happen. Not supporting him means not supporting his agenda, not supporting the Republican Party. I'm looking for people that are going to oppose those negative things that he's doing to impact all people. So that's what not supporting him looks like. And so you can sit there and say, yes, your vote has already been cast, but it's not about the individual vote that you've already cast. It's about how do you actually fix the harmful things that he's doing. We are Wolf, you're back. Are you a Trump supporter? We are Wolf. Are you a Trump supporter? Okay. All right, I'm going to drop you. If you request back up again, you're getting blocked because you're being weird and you're just coming up here and like sitting silently. That's weird. But you do understand, like, that's the premise as far as like, no, you can't go back and fix what you did, but Donald Trump is actually actively harming people. And so you can try to do things to mitigate the harm in the future. But I guess my question is, you said if he doesn't fulfill those campaign promises, can you be specific about what campaign promises that he offered you that you want him to fulfill?
Well, releasing the Epstein files, he definitely campaigned on that. So
he already said he's not going to do that one.
Yeah, not supportive of him, him backpedaling on that. And I can't even say anything about Israel because both parties, both Democratic and the Republican Party, were campaigning their support for Israel. So that was kind of unavoidable.
That's not true. We can talk about that in 1 second. Tara P, are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
You are?
Yes, I am.
All right. I'm actually not going to talk to you about it. Holy smokes, that's some wild background noise.
I'm sorry. Let me get out my garage. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that was your microwave.
Can you hear me
Your garage going down. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. All right.
No worries.
I would like for you to do me a favor if you don't mind.
No worries.
I would like for you to prove to me that you care. Because I don't think, as a Trump supporter, I don't think you actually care.
Okay, and then that in reference to what?
Anything,
that's
right?
like-
You guys
that's
talk about like Antifa, and you don't really care about Antifa, DEI, the border, the Constitution, America. Like, you guys don't care about any of the things. I think that you're just performative. Can you like pick anything? Prove to me that you care about any of these things.
Let's first say that I'm a supporter of the president, regardless of who's in office. I am a supporter of Trump because I do follow a lot of his policies. I love the.
You're cutting in and out
on the policies. So crazy about it. I feel like everyone is surprised.
Therapy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. My name is Corey.
You're cutting in and out. I was losing.
That's just my company. I said my name is Corey.
Corey, you're cutting in and out. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
No, I said, yeah, I'm I think it's so awkward for me at this moment. I'm wondering, everyone's surprised that this man is doing just what he said he's going to do. As far as everything that he campaigned on that we voted for, he's doing it. And I think that's what's surprising to us, to individuals that don't support him. We actually have a politician that actually does what they say they're going to do, regardless if you like it or you don't like it. I think that's what my concern is. So what is the harm that we asked for it and he's doing it? So what is I'm not understanding this issue.
What is he doing?
He's, first of all, when I believe, because I'm a black individual, because I know you can't tell through my profile picture, but I believe, man, the conversation that we're having today, I don't understand where the harm is. What is he doing? He's doing things like he said he was. He's closing the border, which I thought was amazing.
He did.
I think those things, well, I mean, that's your perception, but you look at the stats.
No. I'm saying actually, factually, it's not a perception. He literally didn't close the border.
When he said close the border, that means that border crossings is down. We know that.
Okay, so that's what you mean. Get border crossings.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Border crossings are down. We know that the interest in coming to America illegally is down. So we know that those things
and legally, right?
Well, I mean, and legally. I mean, but my thing is this, is that we got enough problems in our own self right now to handle what we have. So I'm not even concerned about the legal process either. Not at this moment, I'm not. Because I think we have a lot of things to handle. I'm listening.
You said we have our own problems. What problems do we have of our own that he's actually addressing?
What he's trying to address is inner city issues that we have in the black community. If we stop having black individuals that will butt up against it, he's trying to address that the best way he can.
Be specific. Say it with your chest.
As far as crime, impoverished communities. And, when you bring safety back in communities, that you actually bring, economic structure back. Because who doesn't want to? I mean, who wants to own a business in a community that they believe is going to be burnt down and or not supplied with great talent? So I think he's doing that.
Hey, question for you. The cities that he has sent the National Guard into.
Absolutely.
Chicago.
I tried to. Yeah, tried to.
Chicago, LA, DC, Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of them rank in the top 10 as far as crime in the country?
Memphis does.
Yeah, no, I didn't say Memphis. I said the ones that he's actually sent them into.
Well, I think those are to protect to protect ICE agents. But as far as a crime perspective, well, you look at the
he said he was sending there for crime.
Well, DC can't be because it's not a city, but DC has been. I mean, even the black mayor said that she's, she's kind of, she's against she's against him, but she's for the policy. So she's kept the policies in place regarding the crime wise. I heard black individuals.
The point that I'm trying to make is that even like none of the areas that he sent the National Guard to has been ranked in the top 10 as far as crime. Well, even when you talk about DC, it was down year over year as far as like being down 10%. And Donald Trump specifically has violated states' rights as far as going against the governors. And instead of actually like,
but why don't we concern about the
National Guard? I'm sorry.
Well, why are we not concerned about the governors and mayors that look just like me and you? I can tell you're black men, of course, through your video. Why are we not concerned about them trying to do the same thing Trump's doing? That's what my concern is. Why are they butting up against? Why don't they want safety in the communities? That's a question you have to ask.
They do.
yourself.
They do. They absolutely
don't.
do. But well, listen. So they do. But what Donald Trump is doing is trying to supersede the will of the actual governors, right? Everyone talks about state rights, but it's so hypocritical because in one instance, you guys say that, oh, with abortion, they should send it back to the states and states' rights. But then at the same time, you guys say, oh, Donald Trump should be able to send the National Guard into whatever state that he wants. Like those contradict each other. You can't hold the premise for both of those. Right?
You
That's the
actually
problem.
can, but you actually can when it comes to black individuals, and you realizing that if your mayor, your governor's not going to do the job, then who's supposed to do it? Who's going to take I'm asking the question. You got people that are getting unalived. I'll be politically correct in these cities on a regular basis, and it's almost like common knowledge. Because when you look at the news and individuals that actually live in the communities,
no, it's not common knowledge.
Where do you live, Chief?
You can look at the actual numbers. You can look at the actual numbers. The point that I was trying to make earlier is instead of actually taking the National Guard from Texas and sending them to Chicago, he could actually deploy the National Guard in Texas, which Texas has a higher crime rate than Illinois.
That's not true.
That's literally true.
Houston does, which is the problem with the mayor.
Texas.
Houston. But the mayor of Houston. Let's keep it. Come on. Let's be truthful.
You're specifically trying to call out Houston. I'm saying Texas as a whole, but even more. Let's say I grant you Houston, right? Let's say I grant you Houston. Do you think Greg Abbott is going to try to stop Donald Trump from sending the National Guard to Houston?
I don't think that Houston is in the top 10. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe Houston's in the top 10.
It's not. But the question is, let's say
Do you think
Donald
he will?
Trump
Absolutely
says,
not. Absolutely not. No.
Exactly. So while Donald Trump is actively pushing back on the states' rights, he's doing this because he wants to make an example out of these blue cities / states, the governors of these blue states, because he's trying to see how far he can push his constitutional power.
Well, I have a question for you, and if I may ask, where do you live?
I live in Washington State.
Okay, so you live up in upstate. Okay, so I live in Las Vegas. I'm walking down my street right now, and I live in a very nice neighborhood. I think it's kind of disingenuous for us to sit back and tell people in the communities that we don't live in that we're not subjected to having those issues, that they shouldn't have security, or that someone
not what anyone is saying.
Give a damn. I mean,
but like when the people when the people in the community are pushing back and saying they don't want them there, I mean, you do understand. Like that's what
I haven't seen community.
The people in the community. That's literally why they're protesting.
I haven't. No.
Did you
You
not
have
see
a
the
bunch
No
of
Kings protest?
Yeah, and it was about 85-90% white people. I'm talking about the black women and men that are sitting there telling you that they are happy.
There were millions of Americans that actually came out and pushed back on it, and even more. If you want to talk about the black community, sure, let's get super specific. Let's talk about the fact that Donald Trump is using ICE to target black people.
That's not true.
Donald Trump that's literally true. Donald Trump sent ICE. ICE literally went into Chicago.
Yeah, did you see that reporting?
Went into a black neighborhood, into a black building, broke into the building and dragged the black people out and put weapons in their face, handcuffed them, zip tied the babies, and kept them for hours, only releasing them at like 3 a.m. in the morning. So specifically, they're targeting black people now as well.
But you know what I said?
That's literally true.
But I just told you just now, the people that's actually the ones that are having to subject themselves to these issues are coming out and they're rebutting what you're saying. I'll send you a video, DM you a video.
I don't need you to DM me a video. I have the video. I literally have the video because I've covered this multiple times.
I'm talking about women that are actually in the community that live in that
I'm talking about
apartment building.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm literally talking about that.
And they're telling you that those windows that they talked about being broken out were broken out weeks prior. They're telling you that the Venezuelan
there's videos of them breaking out the windows. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna send you I don't live in Chicago. I'm talking about the individuals that actually live in that building.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fact that literally there's videos of them breaking out the windows. Like we've seen the videos.
Okay, the videos, I'm talking about firsthand account, people that live in the building.
Yes, and firsthand accounts, they literally said that they literally said that ICE came at 3 o'clock in the morning, zip tied the kids, put weapons in their face. They talked about how scared they were.
They were detained, and they actually got 30 Venezuelans. They're telling you.
No, they did not.
They're telling you
absolutely did not. Okay. Sure. Hold on. Stop for a second. I'm going to play this whole video and you can listen. It's 1 minute and 30. Listen to this.
took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me, did I have any warrants? And I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Cincinnati video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking. Where's the morality? Where's the human? One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said, them kids.
Watson says budget trucks and military-style vans were used to separate parents from their children. Other neighbors say they saw agents destroying property to get in the building.
And they had a big 15-inch chainsaw with a round blade on it, cutting this fence down. We're under siege. We're being invaded by our own military.
The FBI did confirm this morning that they did help the U.S. Border Patrol carry out a targeted immigration enforcement operation in this area.
Corey, you have to come back into the app. Corey? I know you were teacupping, but did you listen to any of that? You're muted. Corey, you're muted. Your request to come off mute. I didn't mute you.
Hear me? Hear me?
Yep.
Hear me? Hear me?
Did you listen to any of that?
I listened to all of it, but I also have other accounts that I have also other accounts that I have I don't have my other phone on me, so I can't. And I can show you other accounts. I just said I'm walking in a perfect neighborhood. I wouldn't walk in.
Sure.
But I'll send it to you.
Okay, so we're supposed to trust you, bro, but like literally first-hand account from the people that were affected literally contradict everything that you just said.
That's not true. And if I was to get the video,
no, it does. It contradicts everything that you just said. The people that were actually detained. Literally, the lady talking about how
I'm telling you, a woman that actually went into the community that lives there, talking to women that were in the community, saying that the Venezuelan gangs have taken over their entire apartment building.
Okay.
Yes, they were detained, and they wasn't.
You're saying that there's some mysterious video out there that you'll quote unquote send to me later, but I'm actually pulling
I was sending to you now. I just couldn't. I got out the app so I could send it to you. That's why. So I got out the app so I can send it to you because I don't have my other phone on me to have the same effect that you just had. But it's not mysterious. I wouldn't lie to you, fam. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you from perspective again. I'm walking in the street.
Question for you. Do the first-hand testimony, because those were 3 different black people that were interviewed over a span of 1 minute and 30 seconds. Do the first-hand testimony of those black people that were directly impacted by what ICE did, does that mean nothing? You're teacupping again. I can't hear you if you're outside the app. You have to come back in.
I'm in. I can't even show you the video because I don't have my other phone, and it's frustrating me because I want to have my other phone. No, I'm giving you. I'm not saying that.
Give me a second. Renell, W's in the chat for Renell for the $25 donation, saying thank you, great work. Thank you so much, Renell. You fucking awesome. I really appreciate you. W's in the chat for Tip, who sent a $5 donation, saying black mayor and leaders have lower crime rates in blue state/cities by passing policies and providing infrastructure and resources. They do it legally and long term. Yes, that's literally true. That's why Baltimore has taken such a positive turn because of their black leadership. Turn?
Yes. Are we talking about the top? So if you Google right now, top 10, you have, and I need to get back to my computer.
Baltimore isn't in the top 10.
Okay, what's the top 10? It will surprise you that they're all ran, and I think 8 of them is ran by black Democrats. So that can't be the truth.
That's not true. That's literally not true.
If you Google the top 10.
Give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. You don't even have to, just hold tight.
Yeah, I can't leave that.
Yeah, sure. Hold tight for a second. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Also, if you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. We should have way more likes than that. Like the stream, and also follow. We're on our way to 10,000 followers over on the YouTube. So do the good things. All right. So the top 10 in the US, it's Memphis, Tennessee, Detroit, Michigan, Oakland, California, Baltimore. Actually, Baltimore, yes. Recently, I apologize. They're in the top 4. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Sorry. Let me get here. Yes. Top 4. So there's Memphis, Oakland, St. Louis, Baltimore, Detroit, Alexandria, Louisiana, Cleveland, Ohio, New Orleans, Monroe, Louisiana, Pueblo, Colorado, and Anniston, Alabama, Little Rock, Arkansas, Myrtle Beach, so on, so on, so on. So yes, I will give you Baltimore as far as the cities, because looks like here their crime rate is down, but overall it's higher than the national average. But when you talk about the states and the cities, most of the states and cities that are on this top 10 list are all ran by Republicans. You still there, Corey?
Can you hear me? I said,
I'm not muting you.
Okay. I think
when you go out of the app, you just FYI, when you go out of the app, you mute yourself. So when you come back in,
I haven't gone there.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have swiped out again.
No, I didn't. What I'm saying is disingenuous to continue to mention states knowing that the governor is Islam, just like the president of the state. Let's deal with the cities that are at hand, which they have.
That's not disingenuous. Who has more power in the state, a mayor or the governor?
The mayor deals with their own police department.
Who has more power in the state, the mayor or the governor?
It's not about power.
It is about power.
It's about who you directly.
It's literally about power. If the governor passes a law, then the law of the city cannot supersede the law of the state. The governor has more power.
But there are all laws in these states. It's about enforcing the laws. It's about getting.
I agree.
It's about chief of police that they're able.
I agree, but then if the actual governor says that they want the laws enforced, they can force the cities.
They have said it. They have said it, but they still.
Why are the crime rates still so high in these red states?
Because you have terrible prosecutors that are directed and they're given and they're elected. Selected by the government, by the mayor. You have horrible police chiefs.
Politicians. Wait, hold on. Politicians aren't. No, you keep talking about city level. I'm talking about state level.
Okay, but state level, you have laws. It's just like any state you go to.
My point is, if the governor of these states say, "Hey, you have to enforce this," why aren't they enforcing it? Because the governor can make them enforce it. The governor supersedes this. Yes, they literally can.
They have DAs that actually do it. Again, you have to go to the point. It's just like a president. It's like the president can't overstep his boundaries. It's the same thing with a governor and a mayor.
There's a difference between. There's no such thing as cities' rights. There's states' rights. There's states' rights, but even in those cases, there's a legal process that you can go through. And so you see situations like Donald Trump getting control of the National Guard in Oregon and being allowed to actually supersede the governor of Oregon. So you do see situations like that where even if they try to battle it through litigation, then likely it's going to lean with the higher power.
But what I'm trying to say, but still, all in all, that means you have to go to court. That means you have to make sure that you have to sue the mayor. You have to make sure that the mayor's doing his job. The laws are put in place. They're just not enforcing them. It sucks that you got people like, God rest his soul, I forget the gentleman's name that ran Baltimore. And he had Maryland, and he passed away a few years ago, whatever may have you. But it's bad that Baltimore was such a terrible spot to live in, but he also had the white district, and that was very peaceful to live in. It's just bad that we live in communities that the kids on the first day of school have to be given a map on where not to walk. So then you wonder why education is so bad, when they're the reason why the school system is the way it is, because you get the funding.
Education is so bad because when you rely on red states to actually fund education, they literally underfund it.
Well, how do they? Well,
education is higher in these blue states, and
Florida
has
one of the highest education rates.
Just about to say they're higher in these blue states, but more so they're higher in the states with the economical resources. And outside of Texas and Florida, you don't have many red states that have higher economic or higher levels of economics. So, like if they don't have the funding, it's directly connected with the ability to actually fund. So yes, while Florida and Texas are outliers, that's not the actual norm.
I guess my question, because I don't want to hold you either, my question is very simple. What is so bad at this moment, especially for Black individuals? What is so bad? Because I haven't heard that either.
Hold on. I didn't even notice this person was in the box. What up, Solid?
I came here to keep my promise.
I appreciate that. Solid, did you hear the question you just asked?
Historically redlined neighborhoods, 74% of historically redlined neighborhoods are still as segregated as they were in the 1930s.
You talking to me, Chief?
Yeah, he's talking to you.
I'm just
what did he say? What did he say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 74% of historically redlined neighborhoods are still as segregated today as they were in the 1930s. The NCRC and the USDA estimate that there is a 98% overlap between those communities and food insecurity.
And can you give me a reference to what community you're talking about or what city you're talking about?
Like all over the U.S., the Homeowners Loan Corporation redline communities, heavily suited in, guess where? Chicago.
Where? Okay, so my question to you is...
Cook County is the most redlined district in history. You got Duval County was heavily redlined. What's some other ones? Louisiana was really bad, but I don't have my map on me because I'm at work.
Louisiana, or are you talking about the city of New Orleans?
I don't have my map on me.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say is this: we all understand that there's a disparity. We just don't know where it comes from. I think we have an issue with being lazy to blame on one person instead of blaming our representatives that we actually vote for in our communities.
You said lazy to blame on one person?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wait, is Congress one person?
No, I'm talking about, well, Congress is, back again, those are representatives that you elect into Congress. So the individuals that's in your communities are not doing their job, then why do you vote them back in? Absolutely. Congressmen are elected.
U.S. elections are legitimate, do you?
I don't know. I don't know that to be factual, truthfully, because again, I can give you my opinion, but that's my opinion.
When funding is the number one determinant of whether or not you're going to be elected, and you are directly lobbied by corporations to give you money to win, under the promise that you will introduce like practices and policies. A great microcosm of this is ALEC. Are you familiar with the American Legislative Exchange Council?
I'm familiar with it, but I'm not privy.
Yeah, they're the architects of Stand Your Ground.
Okay, but you're going through policy. Understandable. I'm not here to disparage. I get you.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, if you go, the people voted for them, that's kind of reductive, don't you think? Don't you think that things like log rolling and gerrymandering and lobbying heavily influence or tip the scales for certain politicians over others?
Somewhat, but I also believe that individuals that we elect that look just like me, I feel like they would do the same thing. If Trump is such a tyrant and such a king, then why don't we expect the individuals that we elect to be just that? If he can overstep and put his foot into places, why don't we demand that amongst our mayors and our governors?
Demand overstepping?
Oh, not overstepping. I'm doing your job. He's overstepping. He wouldn't have won some of the cases in the Supreme Court.
Wait. You don't think constituents hold their politicians to task?
Oh, I believe so. We don't. That's the problem. Black people don't. Black people don't. LGBTQ community does. Black people don't
hold their politicians. Listen,
they don't.
The problem isn't that Black folks aren't yelling at their politicians. They absolutely are.
But in what form?
In fact,
we
yell too much at our politicians instead of organizing in the community, right? Like things like mutual aid are actually what makes the difference.
Okay, but my question
is just really simple.
But it's not about just marching, fam. It's about having an agenda. That's one thing that I think that's one thing Black people are missing today is that we don't have.
I said mutual aid.
I'm saying as far as having a plan. You just can't say that you're screaming. I am, but I'm talking about the process of your.
So then how does mutual aid not get the job done for Black communities?
if it's such a good thing that we're happening right now in our communities, and if it's nothing that's negative towards our communities, then what are we having such egregious acts or issues with Donald Trump for?
In what way is it failing?
It's failing because our leadership
he came
looks
up
like.
here and he tried to talk about black on black crime, but he didn't say it.
I didn't say black on black crime. I said black on black ignorance. I think we have issues.
Well, you didn't. Yeah, you said it
offended.
without saying it. That's what I'm saying. You didn't say it, but you said it.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that because I believe there's crime amongst everyone. I think that we look at black on black. I think we look at every crime except our own crime.
Such a waste of time, right? Blaming the cough and ignoring the cold. It's such a waste of time.
How do you change the code?
Real quick, I'm just because we evaded the whole. In what way is mutual aid failing?
You can give me your explanation. I don't believe
I will not, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think you pretended to know what mutual aid was.
Okay, I have a question, but I don't know that if it's even pertinent to the conversation, which I believe is why you're not giving a reference to it. What's so pertinent about mutual aid? I think you're throwing out these stats.
What's so pertinent about mutual aid?
I'm saying you're throwing out these things that you read. I don't know if you have an attachment.
Corey, if you want to hear his answer, you have to stop talking while he's talking.
I just want to see if I got the question right, if I understand what you're saying. Are you asking me in what way is mutual aid pertinent to community enrichment?
No, I'm talking how is it pertinent to our conversation at hand at this moment?
Oh, because you're saying that black folks don't take accountability.
No, I said black people don't hold our own people to have to take accountability. We don't mandate our leaders to take accountability. And we don't take accountability as much as black people. We don't.
I don't believe that's true.
Okay, but that's it. If that was the case, then I
can you show me some data on that? That black people don't hold their leaders accountable.
He just gave you data. The top 10 worst cities to live in.
Would it matter?
He gave you data.
By what mechanism would you stop a leader who simply ignores you?
What are you talking about? Your local leaders? Or you talking about your federal leaders?
All of the above, man.
Well, that's the point. But you have a direct connect to your local leaders, and you continue to vote the same ones in.
Okay,
it was sad.
I'm going to ask you one more time. By what mechanism, right, would we control or persuade a leader who ignores us?
Votes.
Vote. Okay. Now tell me how, by gerrymandering, right, our vote will go through if it's circumvented through gerrymandering.
If you look at the top 10 cities that live in they're black community and they're black representatives, which means they have to get in by a margin of black people voting. So you can't say that if you have Westmoreland guys, wasn't all the black people voted for them.
So the voting power through those communities are weakened by gerrymandering. That's the whole point.
Exactly. Communities like Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, Baltimore, like specifically those quote unquote black cities that you're referring to have been gerrymandered all to hell.
Okay, but they're predominantly black, correct?
Black folks have been voting.
I'm talking about the cities. They're predominantly black, correct?
Would the city gerrymander or would the state?
I'm asking you, but the question I'm asking, they're predominantly black, and the representatives that they have in office are black, which means how did they get in there? Is it all white people that voted for these individuals? Right? Is it all white people that voted for these?
Gerrymander it or with the state?
It depends on how the map goes and how they gerrymander.
State. And so you have situations like the actual case that's in front of the Supreme Court right now for Louisiana, right, where they should have more representation of the black people, but yet you only have one Congress member representing over 200 miles, including cities like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, multiple areas that cover so many black people. But they don't want to redistrict and give the actual proper representation based off the census. And so they're taking cases like this to the Supreme Court so they can actually keep the power and keep it gerrymandered the way that it is.
Okay, but you say that in the sense of your mayor of New Orleans is a black woman. So how is that possible through gerrymandering?
Because it happens at the state. The states agree on the maps, not the city.
I understand, but what does that have anything to do with her being a representative that we put into office, regardless of how gerrymandering works? How does that work? It's not a white Republican, it's a black Democrat, black woman.
Santana, this is why my squad don't really... Pete.
Because I think facts come out and you guys...
put the onus on the citizens and not the people who literally do the allocation of resources.
That's not what I'm saying.
Because what would happen is if I said that we needed to revolt, that revolution was the only solution that made sense.
I agree.
Well, their heads would spin.
No, I don't. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Okay,
and we used to.
Bet. All right. So then why are we talking about voting then? Why aren't we talking about organizing?
Because only way that you're going to, you can do whatever you want in this community, in this country. Only way you're going to do so is to have policies put in place. The only way to get policies put in place is to put the right people in place to put policies in place.
It's literally the opposite of revolution.
How do you think Dr. King got the Civil Rights Act together? He couldn't do it by himself. He had to fight for it, and they went and they got it passed. You have to get policies passed in our communities, in our countries. How do you do so without representation?
You talking about the guy that J. Edgar Hoover had unalive?
You're absolutely right. We're not going to go against this. I agree with you. You're talking to somebody. I completely agree with you. I'm not a big CIA fan. I agree with you. I'm talking about individuals that will be like myself and you. You seem very intelligent. That will go into there and you wouldn't give a damn about the policies, whatever. I mean, you wouldn't give a damn about the parameters. You would do just what people are complaining about Trump doing. You would go in there and you would take care of business, whatever means necessary to help your communities out. I think they get in the office and are their positions and they become just like what we are against. And I don't think we hold them accountable. I'm not saying the people, I'm saying we don't hold them accountable.
Like, just to kind of bottom line this, because I feel like now this is becoming even more of a circle. You support a man that has actively done more damage on a state and local level to your people than
you haven't given me that
voting
damage
for the black woman.
You haven't given me that damage. You just
Yes,
you say
yes.
that. I asked you what
You know
damage.
who? So did you know that since Donald Trump got back in office, black unemployment rate is sky high, and specifically with black unemployment rate being sky high, black women are overwhelmingly impacted by this sky high unemployment. That's
So is
a direct
unemployment
impact.
rate? So is unemployment itself sky high or just black unemployment?
Both, but black
Okay, so you
unemployment.
can't section out the
Hold
black
on.
people then, Chief.
Prior to Donald Trump being in office, unemployment was low. Literally,
It was low because no one was actually going for.
No, it was low
those
because
skewed, though,
it was
fam.
low because people needed jobs and they were getting jobs. Donald Trump came in and literally shut down the government, cut funding in multiple ways that impacted the public and private sector and caused so many Americans their jobs. Literally, Americans are losing their jobs.
think
Black
that's not
Truth, you
true.
can, hold on one second. That's absolutely true. Black Truth, you can stop actually spamming not true and getting a request. If you think that it's not true, get up here and actually disprove me. But literally, unemployment was on a downward trend prior to Joe Biden leaving office.
If
And
that was
Joe
the
Biden
case,
set the
then-
record for the lowest black unemployment twice.
But
Twice.
you don't. But I don't think you even believe that. If it was, then we wouldn't have Donald Trump in
What
office.
are you talking
The
about? I
reason
don't
why-
believe it. It's numbers. What? It's actual
Then why do you
facts.
think? Why do you think we got Donald Trump the second time? Do you think it's just because people just liked him, or it was because of policies
No, it's
dealing with
because
economics?
it's because of people are stupid. It's because
No,
people are stupid.
okay, so the
No,
whole-
it's
so
because
half
it's
the-
because of
the
people.
majority of the
It's
country's
because
stupid.
it's because the people are stupid. It's not the majority of the country.
It is.
People are stupid. No, it's not.
It's majority of the
guys
country.
didn't even-
He got the
majority
popular
of people
vote.
didn't even vote for Donald Trump.
I'm talking about as far as who voted.
The majority of people didn't vote for Donald Trump.
Okay, but that's not true. He has a popular vote, which means he got more votes than she
Majority
did.
of more people voted against Donald Trump
How?
than voted for him.
How if he had the popular?
What was the
popular
percentage
vote?
of people that voted for Donald Trump?
The percentage of people, I believe it was. I know every percentage went up. I have to get the rates for you. Every percentage went up in every demographic.
It was 49.
In
I
every
think
demographic.
49.4 or 49.5, meaning more people voted against Donald Trump, whether it was for Kamala Harris or third party. More people voted against Donald Trump.
So why didn't
than
she win the
voted
popular
for Donald
vote then,
Trump.
Chief?
Because Donald Trump still got the majority of all votes. Do
Okay,
you
so
understand how
more-
numbers work?
Absolutely. So if he got
Okay.
more votes than she did, then how did she get more votes than he? I'm not understanding your premise, bro.
Are you listening?
I'm listening to you.
Go ahead.
You said
Solid.
more people voted against him. I
Stop,
understand.
Corey. Stop. Go ahead, Solid.
I'm just trying to see if I'm tracking the conversation. Okay. Elected officials' job is to allocate resources for their constituents. But it's not the fault of the elected official, it's the fault of the people who elected the official.
That's not what they're trying to say, Chief. I think what they're trying to say is that we have every 4 years we can turn this
What I'm trying
around.
to say, do I understand you?
What I'm trying to say is that if they don't do what you ask them to do, like any other demographic in this country, you vote them out, which makes them have to. I told friends of mine that are staunch Democrats, if you want the Democratic Party to, I'm sorry?
That's literally, okay.
I live in a purple state. A governor has to do what he has to do.
I don't care. Like,
okay, I'm just giving an example of why.
Here's the problem. And this is why I say electoral politics doesn't solve any fucking thing, right? Because the enforcement of ownership over resources, right, is upheld by the elected officials. There is literally no incentive for any elected official to act in the best interest of their constituents. In fact, it is in the best interest of the elected official to secure a permanent underclass, because corporations need workers. They need people to be hungry and desperate so that they will sign up for jobs that don't pay them what they're worth.
So exactly what you're saying, and you just restated everyone's trying to say
the only solution. If the only solution to that is revolution, how does it make sense to vote for a fascist?
Okay, but again, you just look what you just did though. You put blame on one man, but then you won't put blame on individuals in the community.
Fascist.
Who gives a shit?
He's literally.
Who cares?
You should.
Who cares?
You literally put a fascist into office.
I asked you a question.
You should care.
Where are black? I asked you a question. You went to
I
the
answered
point
the question. I gave you a direct answer. No, I gave you a direct answer when I talked about black unemployment.
Okay, that's every unemployment. Unemployment is high, period.
No,
so it's not just black unemployment.
Unemployment under Joe Biden was down. When Joe Biden left office, unemployment was down. Donald Trump drove it up, and specifically with his attack on quote unquote DEI, black people and overwhelmingly black women have been the ones facing the brunt of it, and that's where the majority of the unemployment spike has come from, the black community.
That's not true. The black community has high unemployment rate, like amongst every demographic. Has high unemployment.
Tell me what's the current unemployment rate for black people.
Black unemployment rate, it says it was 7%.
No,
7%.
What was it before Joe Biden left office?
I don't know, because I don't know if they even calculated it right, truthfully. I don't know if those are skewed. We're going to believe the government or we're not. So I just want to know what the premise is right now. So if we're going to believe them in stats-wise and government-wise, the gentleman said don't believe the government based on what
I never had an issue with the quote-unquote government stats until Donald Trump told them to stop counting the stats and he started firing people because they kept giving him real numbers.
Okay, but Chief,
just because you guys don't know how things work, just because you guys don't know how things work and you don't understand numbers and you don't understand facts or information doesn't mean that everyone else doesn't.
I think I'm going to ask you one more question and then hopefully it can answer.
Can I get an answer? Never mind. He go. I wanted to answer to my question first.
He wasn't going to answer shit. He wasn't. Like, he literally wasn't.
The apologia, just because you made a bad decision, because you were under the impression that you were destined to be some sort of millionaire or elite, right? Or you reject your blackness or you engage in anti-blackness, right? And you see an avenue out of black turmoil to be conservative, right? Like it's to reject poverty in a black face or in a black voice, right? In order to do that, you have to abandon all logic. You cannot engage with empirics. You can't engage with sound logic. You have to be nonsensical. You better than me, brother.
Listen, hey, real quick, guys, chat, while we're still hanging out here, this is solid. This is super solid. If you guys have not heard him yet, first and foremost, hit the follow button. Follow Solid. And when I tell you, you know, guys, I know Jeff has been hanging out with us lately. Sean has been hanging out with us lately while we've been doing this in the middle of the day. But Solid is a part of that same group that I was telling you about. Like all the people that I said where I go and I just listen and I learn. This is one of the people. So first and foremost, show him some love. Show Solid some appreciation. Let's run up Solid's gifts. But make sure you hit that follow button. I promise you, if you want a space where there is nothing but facts, straight debate and just like on it, this is where you go. Like, again, this is the place where I go when I just want to learn. I don't really comment. I don't really do too much. I just sit in there live and listen. So right here, hit that follow button. Hit that follow button and show Solid some love.
I gotta hit this highway to get home.
Yeah. I'm wrapping it anyway.
All power to all the people except for Ralph. Do something good for your neighbor. Throw more bricks. Love y'all.
Have a good one, bro. Oh, guys. I got to get out of here. I wasn't even planning on being live this long, but I am glad that I was. W's in the chat for E, who sent a $10 donation saying LA versus Calais SCOTUS case. The majority of rules to remove any race construction restrictions unconstitutional. It was effectively repeal the VRA. This has a broader implication. We could lose 19 seats in the House. Wanted you to read this. Now send the money back. No, not sending it back. Well, yeah. With Louisiana, like, yes, that has massive impacts across the entire South, not just that state, which is wild. And more than likely, I think they're gonna rule in favor to do it. So we're fucked. Yeah. W's in the chat for E. You're not getting that 10 back because I sent you a super chat one time. You didn't read it often. So yeah. Also, I'm not bringing you up because I'm getting ready to end. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you hit that follow button here, but make sure you follow the backup account specifically. Follow the backup account because this is where I've been for the last couple of days. I've been on the backup account doing debates, and I'm going to be doing debates on the backup account. I just wanted to kind of switch it out for a second, but tomorrow we'll be back on the backup account. So make sure you hit that follow button here and make sure you hit that follow button there. Also, follow me over on the YouTubes, right? Follow me on the YouTubes. Also, last but not least, W's in the chat for Budget Cardboard, who sent a $20 super chat that says, doesn't understand the difference between Trump didn't get the majority of votes and Trump didn't get the most votes. I don't understand why that was such a hard concept. I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, W's in the chat. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here because I have some stuff that I have to do, but we will be back later this evening for sure. I apologize for not having late nights last night. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we were able to make it through this stream with no issues. So I think we are G to G. So I'll be back tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific with Late Nights, where we will continue our conversation around how the United States of America is trying to literally erase people. It's going to be great. And so if you are interested, if you're friendly and you want to join the panel, get here tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. And then also if you're one of my international followers, whether you are a Trump supporter or not, this Saturday, I will be debating international MAGA. So if you are a Trump supporter from another country, this will be your opportunity to actually debate me. And also, if you're someone who's being impacted by this administration from another country and you want to actually get an opportunity to come up and speak about it for a few minutes, get here. We're going to do that this Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see what happens. I don't understand why people in other countries want our fascists so bad. They need to get their own fascists. Like, I don't get it, but for some reason they like it. So make sure you're following both accounts. We'll do that. I'm about to get out of here. Let's hit it.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This
Hey, guys.
No script, no filter, no safe walk.
I would say this is a pretty successful live. So, yeah. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back tonight, like I said, with Late Nights. It's going to be really good. Thank you all for hanging out. You know what? If we had the chance to clear these donuts really quick before I go, there's only 13 needed. If we can clear these donuts before I go, that would be awesome. But anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. We will be back tonight with Late Nights. It's going to be an amazing conversation. If you have wanted to be able to join a TikTok live, but you have not actually done so, this is a great opportunity for you to do so because it's a respectful conversation. It's not a debate. It's a panel discussion. So come back tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. I will see you guys tonight. Guys, thank you for all the gifts, the taps, the shares, the likes. Thank you for clearing out the donuts. I fucking love you. Hey, Athena. Hey. Guys, we're going to get out of here. I love you all.